Hello there. I'm really tired, but I wanted to read this book anyway. I was reading some books and I realized I didn't read to you guys for a while. The past 2 days or past day or whatever. So I wanted to read. I was planning on reading yesterday, but I didn't. And so today we're gonna read, I think, chapter 2 of Stop Being a Broke Loser. Stop being a broke loser. Okay, so I'm actually gonna lay down. I'm actually gonna lay down for this, and I'm gonna read. And I'm gonna read chapter 2 of Stop Being a Broke Loser. Okay. Chapter 2, Cash Management. Before we talk about buying insurance and investing for retirement, we need to talk about how you generate significant cash flow to buy them. Your options are to increase your income, reduce your expenses, or both. If you do not plan to do any of these, you are not going anywhere. You will be broke your whole life and will be pitifully poor, dependent on the government in retirement if you retire at all. You can either choose right now to work X hours a week and be broke forever, or work 10 extra hours a week and start building wealth. No excuses. You are not entitled to a 40-hour work week if your hourly wage is not enough to buy insurance for your family and fund your retirement accounts. Same thing goes with your expenses. You are spending everything you make on BS liabilities. Your reward will be living in poverty and misery for the last 20 to 30 years of your life. You can work long hours in your 70s and 80s because you have no choice, or can cut some unnecessary expenses in your youth, saving money and enjoy your final years of life. You can drain all your money on your children, you can drain all of your children. You can be a drain on your children. Sorry. You could be a drain on your children. Oh my God. Crushing their ability to generate wealth because you do not have to be, because they have to babysit you. Or you can free your children to pursue their own destiny and build their own fortunes. Maybe even leave them a legacy. The choice is yours. So how do you increase your income? In short term, work more hours at your current job or find a new part-time job. In the long run, you need to become more highly specialized and gain a skill to increase your hourly wage. The best place to start is in the short term is to work more hours at your current job or at a part-time job. Yes, work sucks, and most sane people want to work 40 hours a week or less so they can free up time to pursue their own passions. That's not how the world works. The world compensates based on how valuable and how rare your skill set is. If you want to take time to master a specialized skill like heart surgery, which most people are incapable of or unwilling to do, you are going to get paid a great hourly wage. If your job is to sweep floors, you are going to get paid low wages. If your current hours equate to a low income that you cannot save money on, you need to work more hours, period. You make $400 a week as a barista, ask for more hours at your job to up to $500 a week. That $400 more dollars a month can go towards financial security / freedom. If your current job will not let you work more hours, find a part-time job. No job is beneath you. Pizza delivery, do it. Nighttime security guard, do it. You are not special. You do what must be done. Of course, do not be a prostitute or sling drugs. Keep it legal, please. Do whatever it takes to make more money. If you are not building wealth right now, you are failing, and you need to take immediate action. Leisure, free time, and fun need to take a backseat until you get your financial house in order. Sure, jumping from a 40-hour to 60-hour work week is going to suck horribly, and you are going to be exhausted. You are not going to see your friends as much. Your stress levels will increase, but that is a good thing. If you do not start making more money, you're never going to get ahead. You can struggle for a year or two by yourself to get out of this financial hole, or you can stay in the hole your entire life and be poor until the day you die. I guarantee you, it is much, much easier to work hard for a few years to set yourself up for a better life than to stay at a mediocre income, but easier hours your entire life. Oh, to stay at a mediocre income, but easier hours your entire life. You do not want to be the 75-year-old who must work at a local grocery store with arthritis because you did not save the money when they were younger. I don't know. That sentence made no sense. Okay. If you start making excuses for why you cannot work more hours, then you are truly a broke loser. No one cares about how the system is keeping you down unless they're trying to keep you from getting your vote. You can whine and complain about income inequality and how the evil capitalist America is, but that is not going to put more money in your pocket. No one cares about you, and no one is going to help you. Sure, you can listen to politicians who are going to promise you change, but how long is that change going to take? If you are going to wait 20 years for change to happen, or are you going to act now to improve your life? Will the change ever happen at all? You should never count on the government to give you prosperity. Your work ethic and drive will give you more success and financial security than any government ever will. At best, government can give you the essentials to survive, but it will never give you prosperity. Will only you can do that. At short, if you are a low-wage worker, working extra hours is your best bet. In the long term, you want to move yourself up from a low-wage, low-skill work to a high-wage, high-skill work. Let's say you make $10 an hour and 40 hours a week as a barista. You may work hard, but your job is a low skill that thus commands you a low hourly wage. Even though you work more hours, you are still not getting $10 more for each hour worked. If this is you, changes need to be made. Your best bet to rapidly increase your income is to gain a skill that society values and pays for higher wages. No, I said skill set that society values, not what you value. That does not mean you need to gain a skill set that you are passionate about, but what pays you big bucks. You must understand you always will be a low-paying job for the rest of your life until you gain a practical skill that pays even more on an hourly basis. How do you get a skill set that pays an hourly wage? Your choices are learning a trade or going to college. Trades that pay well include licensed practicing nurses, HVAC technicians, home inspectors, plumbers, electricians, dental hygienists, and others. Trades gives you practical skills that are in high demand and a viable living wage. While trades are not prestigious, they get a job done and can give you a comfortable life if you put in the hard work. If you do not want to go the traditional 4-year college, trades are the way to go. Now your family and Marxist friends with their college degrees in English may look down on you because you did not choose to go into massive amounts of debt for a worthless piece of paper, but you can tell them to screw off. The only thing that matters is the check every month and your satisfaction with the job. If you are working like a plumber, make good wage and building your wealth, you are You are by far superior to 100% of college graduates with a useless degree. Working a trade is like driving a used car. It is not sexy. It does not turn heads, but it does get the job done. In its conductive to wealth accumulation. Contrast that with the worthless 4-year college degree like English or sociology, which you can compare to a sports car. It's shiny, nice, it gets compliments and turns heads, but it puts you into debt and sucks away any chance of accumulating wealth. As you may notice, symbols of status in the United States usually result in you being broke. Someone who graduates with an English, it should say degree, but it says with an English, and 100,000 in student loan debt, will get likes on Facebook, a graduation party, and gifts from grandma and grandpa when they are, and will be celebrated. Someone who becomes a plumber will be quietly grotesque about, but who's better off? Trade school is 1/4 the average cost of college. You will pay $33,000 your entire trade school education, and you will have a great chance in finding employment when you graduate. You can pay for your training with a combination of vocational scholarships, federal Pell Grants, and personal savings. You need to take as much time as it takes to find ways to save money for school, even if it involves you working over the weekends and delaying school for a year or two. You do not want to go into debt to attend a trade school because student loans cannot be forgiven in bankruptcy. You will thank me later for discouraging student loans if you have any trouble finding a job after graduation. You will also thank me for when you graduate and get a good paying trade job instead of being a broke loser in hundreds of thousands of debt for a prestigious liberal arts degree. Your income from your trade job will allow you to start building wealth and achieve financial success. When you are 62 and comfortably retired, you can laugh at your Walmart greeting peers who must work the rest of their lives because they derailed their financial futures to get a prestigious master's degree in communications degree that got them a minimum wage job at Starbucks at 26 years old. A 4-year college degree, going to a 4-year college for a degree lands you a well-paying job after graduation is another option if you want a particular skill, but you do not want the blue collar trade work. It is perfectly fine if you choose a career in a field that pays well and avoids student debt. Your passion for art history, English literature, or women's studies is meaningless. The world is not going to pay you a good living for your passion, especially when it's a very common passion with a low barrier of entry. If my toilet breaks, I call a plumber. If my roof falls apart, I call a roofer. If my car breaks down, I call a mechanic. If I want to learn about U.S. history, I do not call a historian on demand. I Google it. If I want to get a college degree, it needs to be in a field that provides a true value to other people and not what makes you feel good. Welcome to the harsh reality of the world that compensates you for the value you provide to others, not what makes you happy. What white collar degrees provide to society? You may have heard it 1,000 times. STEM, STEM, STEM. These jobs will give you a great income and build your wealth. The more you make, the faster you can build your wealth and the faster you achieve financial freedom. For income generation, wealth building potential, white collar jobs resulting from a college degree are the best option. They will be challenging to learn, and you will not have as much time to go at reigns at frat parties because you will be studying. But you will be rewarded for 4 years of hard. You will be rewarded for 4 years of hard work when you graduate with a comfortable salary and a secure job. There is no work in that sentence, by the way. I added a word there. It says you'll be rewarded for hard. It doesn't say work. This guy's freaking dyslexic. The guy who wrote this book is dyslexic. My God. Okay. Hard. When you graduate with a comfortable salary and a secure job, while your liberal arts classmates are struggling for decades to make a solid living. Yeah, solid living. Yep, that is good. Degrees considered include architectural science, accounting, chemistry, computer science, management information systems, nursing, electrical engineering, and many others. Avoid generic degrees that do not teach a natural skill and that do not translate into a job, like business economics, management, and others. If you see most people avoiding certain degrees because they are hard, that means that is the degree to get. This will boost your lifetime earnings and it gives you more opportunity to build wealth. You can stay hard for a few years and enjoy financial security your whole life, or you can take a few easy steps up front to get an easy and spend the rest of your life struggling financially. Your choice. Now we talked about to increase your income. Let's pivot to reducing your expenses. Obviously, you must create a budget. You need to know how much you are making after tax income, what your monthly expenses are, and where they're going. I am not going into detail writing down your budget, since there are 1,001 budget tools you can find with a quick Google search. The bottom line is you need to take time to gather your monthly credit card statements and bank statements and write them down exactly how much you are spending on each category each month. You should take a look at them over 3-month period and average out the expense to give you a better picture on how much you are spending each category each month. If you need help, download Every Dollar app or sign up for Mint.com, which will help you track and classify your expenses digitally. Once you create your budget written down, you need to divide your expenses into non-essential expenses, essential expenses, variable expenses, and fixed expenses. Essential expenses keeps you alive and healthy, like food, shelter, health insurance, and utilities. Non-essential expenses are expenses that you do not need to survive, like Netflix, Spotify, Amazon Prime, going to eat, alcohol, a sports car payment, and more. Variable expenses are expenses you can reduce or eliminate to remove a drop in a hat, while fixed expenses are contractual obligations you will take several months or more to change. Your Amazon subscription is variable expense because you can cancel at any time. Your mortgage is a fixed expense. Sure, you can refinance your mortgage if the rates are favorable or you sell your home and downsize, but that's not going to happen instantly. To reduce your expenses in the short term, eliminate all nonsensical and variable expenses as you can. Instead of eating out twice a week, do it once a week or once every 2 weeks. Evaluate your subscriptions and cut down the ones you do not use. Throw cable out entirely and pay for much cheaper online streaming services. Drink at home instead of going to the bar. If you use tobacco products, quit. Your lifestyle is going to be reduced, but if you do not have any income right now to save for your financial goals, this is what you must do to get ahead. If you do not cut your expenses, the only option you must maintain your current lifestyle, but to increase your money available is to save to increase your income. Increasing your income means you're going to have to spend more hours of your finite life making more money to afford your lifestyle. Would you rather work an extra 10 hours a week to afford your current lifestyle, or cut wasteful spending and have more time to yourself? That choice is yours, but I know what I would choose. The more frivolous or more indulgence expenses you cut in the short term, the faster you can set yourself up for long-term success. Non-essential and variable expenses can be cut with little effort. Essential and fixed expenses can be reduced, but they need to be done with more caution and over a long period of time. Essential expenses include things like your rent, mortgage, car payment, health insurance, food you eat at home, and utilities. You need to evaluate your current lifestyle and determine if you are living above your means. Are you renting a 2-bedroom apartment but have no kids? Consider moving into a one bedroom once your lease expires. Are you living in a McMansion with 5 bedrooms even though you only have 2 kids? Consider selling and moving into a 3-bedroom once it is financially feasible. Driving around in a sports car or a high-end truck? Sell it immediately and buy a much cheaper used car and continue to pay on it, and please never to get a new car until your current one literally dies. You should reevaluate your insurance coverage every year or two to find better rates. You would be surprised at what kind of discounts other insurance would offer you or for jumping over. If you like soap at Wegmans or Whole Foods, switch to a cheaper provider like Walmart and buy everything generic. Do whatever you can to cut expenses as much as you can. Financial freedom will be your reward. I want to reiterate again why you are doing this. If you consider if you have no savings right now, are you constantly stressed about money? Does the unexpected expense keep you up at night? Are you planning to never retire because you cannot save a dime? If any of these sound like you, increasing your income or cutting your expenses will eliminate these concerns. Yes, it is going to suck for a few years as you increase your hours worked and reduce your expenses. You may be jealous of your broke fake friends who continue to blow all their money on meaningless junk that keeps them poor, but the pain and suffering of cutting your lifestyle and working hard will bear the fruit in a few short years. Oh my god, I'm terrible. I'm dyslexic just like this guy. By the way, I've literally added words because he literally has not, some of the sentences don't have words in them. I don't know what it is with strongman, man. Okay, we're gonna move on to this dyslexic guy. Okay, once you pay off your any stupid debts, and have a ton of cash stashed in a savings account for emergencies and a rapidly growing Roth IRA balance, you will feel better than ever. You will also be able to budget in more fun money into your budget because you've laid your financial foundation. But this time, you'll be spending money on fun and growing your wealth, while your friends and neighbors are just spending everything they have. Now, you have decided to graduate from broke loser status. You may be wondering what you are going to do with your new free disposable income. Here is what you are going to do with the cash step-by-step basis. Buy a term life insurance policy. Buy a term life insurance policy. I covered this in my insurance chapter, but you must protect your dependents if you have any. And no, I do not sell freaking life insurance. I believe in term insurance. Get it. Save 1 month of essential expenses on a FDIC insured high yield savings account. Cincinnati Ally Bank. Google it for the best current rates. You can do this by selling your stupid sports car and any items in your home you do not use anymore. On the top of increasing income / cutting expenses. Get your employer 401k match. Employer 401k matches, if you get them, are free money. If you have a 101 401k match, you are doubling your money with every dollar you contributed up to the match limit. For example, I am a federal employee. If I contribute 5% of my salary, my total employer match is an additional 5%. I double my money for nothing simply by contributing to my 401k. Paying off debt besides your mortgage. Pay off the minimum amount of debts except for the one except for the one you want to pay down first. Attack either the highest interest debt or the lowest balance with everything you have. Paying off the high interest debt makes financial sense, but paying off the lowest balance first can give you a psychological victories. It is your choice, throwing every spare dollar you have into reducing any debt you have. Increase your emergency fund to 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. If you have a secure job, rent, and no kids, 3 months. If you have kids and a home, 6 months. Invest. Divertly every dime you can into investing. The faster you accumulate wealth, the faster you can retire, and the faster you can obtain semi or complete financial independence. First, you should already be getting your 401k match at work. After that, fully fund your Roth IRA and your spouse's IRA if you meet the income thresholds. After that, put as much as you can into your 401k. If you do that, if you are doing great and plan on retiring well before 59 and a half, you may want to consider purchasing investments in a taxable brokerage accounts. You sell taxable investments anytime and pay taxes. You will not be locked away in a tax advance retirement account that will penalize you for earlier withdrawals. That is it. My method is like Dave Ramsey's baby steps, minus paying off your mortgage early and giving to charity. I explain the home ownership chapter. It's a dumb idea to pay off your mortgage early unless you have a mortgage rate that is similar to or more than the returns you can get in investing in stocks. Someone who pays off their mortgage early will miss decades of compounding wealth and accumulation of liquid stock market mutual funds in exchange for a paid off home. While a paid off home is great, the wealth in your home is locked away in equity, which can only be accessed via a loan or by selling your home. It is highly illiquid. I am not against you giving to charity, but I do not consider it an essential step in completing your financial plan. Once you get to the investing stage, you will start to see a significant accumulation of wealth after a few years of constantly buying low-cost stock index mutual funds. It is not hard. If you set up a monthly auto withdrawal for your obnoxious $300 cable TV package, you can just as easily set up one to invest for your future. No matter what happens to the market, keep investing month in, month out. If you do that, you win. If you do not, you stay broke. You should also set investment milestones to motivate yourself to stick to the plan. 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, and 500,000 are all great milestones to achieve. If you understand it is not going to happen overnight. Once you reach these milestones, you should reward yourself with something nice for a couple $100. As long as you stick to your investing plan and make it automatic via auto contributions, your 401k and Roth IRA, you are guaranteed to accumulate your 401k and Roth IRA. You are guaranteed to accumulate way more wealth than the average American loser who blows everything they make because the TV told them to. And that was the end of chapter 2. What was it called? Money management or something management? Cash management. So I have to say that was a very good chapter. It was definitely it definitely seemed like Dave Ramsey and his the first part of the chapter is very political. But once I got past that political part of the chapter, I agreed with everything in it. I think a lot of people disagree with the whole, the fact you have to do it sucks, but you kind of have to. I mean, if there are 3 ways to make money, and they're kind of inappropriate, but that's basically the way to explain it. You either, 1, you make money by getting inheritance. That's the easiest way to make money. Second, you look attractive and you attract somebody who has more money than you. Or thirdly, you have a skill to be that attractive to be that person who had the money. So those are the 3 ways, and since men are human doings, they are put on this planet to do things. They're not be on this planet to look pretty. They don't attract wealth. They have to make it themselves. So I mean that's just the nature of reality. That is the nature. It's not a good nature. It's but nature is unfair. It's going to always be unfair. The world's always going to be unfair. So I mean that's what when you think about it like that, those are the three ways you make money. I mean, three castes of people. That's how they make money: inheritance, looking good to attract a better person, or making money themselves. And I find that chapter 2 is very good. Anyway, the world's unfair. That's what chapter 2 is, and you have to do hard things to get wealth. Anyway, you are someone and I'm someone else. Signing out. Yeah.